Hi, I'm Ketan from Brightside Dental. Welcome to episode 3 of BSTV. I want to continue on the theme from last week where I talked about sugary drinks. And today we're going to continue with sugar because that is the dentist's single biggest enemy and it is the cause of cavities and tooth decay. Along with affecting the teeth, it's well known that sugar causes weight gain, obesity, where we have a major problem in the country and most of the Western world. It's also a big factor in people developing type 2 diabetes. It can play a part in heart disease. It's being known that it can have an impact on cancer and various other health conditions as well. So it's a serious thing. So what I want to talk today about is hidden sugars. So these food and drinks that contain significant amounts of sugar that you may not necessarily think it. And from a dental point of view, the bugbear I have is that a lot of these foods are promoted as being healthy for you by the companies that sell them, but it's not necessarily that way. So I'm going to talk about 10 different types of foods. So these are things that I've just pulled out from the kitchen cupboard at home, which I think will be quite common things, the type of things that many people would have at home themselves. So the first one is breakfast cereals. So if you had a bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes, you would, this is a small bowl, you would have 11 grams of sugar. Now, to give you an idea, recommended guidelines for sugar intake are 23 grams a day for women and 36 for men. So this is half to a third of your sugar intake in a day. Second one is granola, which is promoted as being healthy and good for you. So with this, a portion of granola is almost 8 grams of sugar, so still significant amount. So with regards to breakfast cereals, one simple switch is, instead of granola, if you have some simple oats or rolled oats, so with these plain oats, the sugar here per portion is just 0.4 grams, so it's a significant reduction and a huge impact. Second one is yogurts. So as you see, if you go to the supermarket, there's so many different types, brands of yogurts, and especially ones that are promoted to children, the flavoured yogurts, a lot of them have significant amounts of sugar in them, and being promoted as being healthy because they have calcium and good for your teeth in some ways in your bones, but the sugar negates that. So my suggestion would be to stick with sugar-free yogurts, plain yogurt, and if anything, you can add certain other healthy things to it to give it better flavour and nutrition as well. Number 3 is salad dressings. So a lot of salad dressings contain sugar or added types of sugar within them. I'm going to go through shortly about looking at ingredients and what in different foods and drinks, but simple one is you can have a look on the bottle of the dressing and see what's actually in there, and if you make a dressing yourself, it'll be a lot fresher and you know exactly what you're putting into it. Number 4 is bread. So pretty much all types of bread have significant amounts of sugar, and I don't have any bread because I actually don't eat much bread myself anymore, but from me looking at various types of breads and so forth, I found that some contain up to 6 grams of sugar per slice of bread, so it's potentially a quarter of your daily sugar intake is just in one slice of bread. So that is a big area that you may want to look at. Another one is tin foods and things like soups. So simple Heinz tomato soup. I knew it contained quite a bit of sugar, but I was quite shocked when I looked at it myself. So a tin of soup is 22 grams of sugar. So that's pretty much your day done from a can of soup. The next one is breakfast bars and energy bars, other things like, for example, many people go to the gym, may take protein powders, supplements, things like that. So many of these have sugar added to them, and it can be significant amounts as well. Also, as I discussed last week, if you're exercising, training, often you're more dehydrated, so it can actually have more of an impact on your teeth. So with those products, I would recommend to look for low sugar or sugar-free versions, which you do get for many of these types of products, because there are lots of them on the market, and that's a matter of looking at the ingredients to see what they have. Now, number 7 is non-dairy milks. Now, also with normal milk, you often get milkshakes, other things in that way, which generally speaking will have sugar, which a lot of the time is quite obvious. You can see it's got added sugar, but many people now prefer to have dairy-free milk. For example, it may be things like almond milk, rice milk, coconut milk. Simple recommendation is look for the unsweetened versions, because some have added sugar just to make them taste nicer, but you can get sugar-free versions of all of these. Number 8 is smoothies and juices. So with these, again, very often they're promoted as being super healthy for you, which they can be in many ways. However, smoothies that you buy often, whether it's in a bottle, it might be in a shop, often have syrups, sugar added to them. So either check the ingredients, or again, the best thing is to make it yourself. Then you know exactly what you're putting in without adding any sugar to it. Next one, quite common food, is baked beans. So a little bit like with the soup, in a tin of baked beans there is almost 24 grams of sugar. So again, this is your day done from a tin of beans. So it's a huge amount. Again, you can get low sugar varieties as well, which doesn't take it away completely, but it can reduce it. Number 10 is things like crackers, biscuits, crisps as well. Some are sugar-free, but many of them have sugar added to them, and a lot of the common brands like this is Ritz. A lot of the Ritz ones have sugar in them. Also with crisps as well, many people don't realise, but flavoured crisps very often have added sugar as well. So, as I mentioned, simple switches are just maybe changing the product you buy or the brand. Also, if you can, where possible, is to make it at home. Then you know exactly what's going into it, and it's fresh ingredients as well. Now, what you can do is, if you're in the supermarket, if you're not sure about something, look on the ingredients. Simple thing is if it says sugar on there, but the companies are getting a bit clever with that, and rather than putting sugar, often there'll be other names that are equivalents of sugar. Now, a simplish way to be able to tell is if it ends in O's, OSE, that's generally a sugar. So things like fructose, glucose, lactose, maltose, dextrose, they're all types of sugar. And then you do get various other things, because it could be things like honey that have been added, other bits that way that are highly sweetened. So if you look at the actual ingredients, and then also on most products you have, if I can find it, boxes like this which have different nutritional facts. So if you look at the carbohydrate ones, under that normally it would say of which sugars. So looking at the sugar amount will give you an indication of how much sugar has been added to that. The other tip I'd like to make is where you have certain products, again, that are promoted as healthy, where they say no added sugar, they may not have sugar added, but again, it could be a substitute. It could be something like honey, it could be dried fruit, which also have sugar in them as well. So be a bit vigilant. If you can make certain changes, it will definitely help maintain, improve your oral health, and I'm sure it will for your general health as well. Thank you for watching. If you have any specific topics you'd like us to give you advice on and discuss, please do let us know. and we'll be back for the next episode for more practice news and tips on helping you maintain a healthy mouth and improve the condition of your mouth. Thank you.